whispers beneath the floorboards. They say every old building has a voice, but the one in apartment 3C doesn't speak. It listens until it knows your name. When Nora Marlowe moved into the creaking, gray-bricked apartment above Calder Street, all she wanted was silence. A quiet space to breathe after the chaos of the last year. Her cousin Emily had vanished 3 months early without a trace, and though the police called it a voluntary disappearance, Nora never believed it. Emily had lived here, in this very apartment. The place was small, dim, and smelled faintly of metal and mildew. Dust clung to the corners like it had been waiting for someone. The landlord was a nervous man with sunken eyes who avoided direct answers. "People don't stay long," he mumbled as she signed the lease. Nora didn't care. She just needed answers. The first night passed in uneasy quiet. The heater groaned every few minutes. Pipes clanged in the walls. City lights flickered through thin curtains. It was just an old place, she told herself. Nothing unusual. Until 2:37 a.m. She woke up suddenly, sharply, like her name had been whispered into her ear. But the room was empty. Only her breath, shaky and slow, broke the silence. Then came the sound, a faint dragging, like something heavy being pulled across rough wood, from beneath the floorboards. Long, wet, deliberate. She sat frozen. It stopped the moment she moved. The next night, same time, 2:37 a.m. This time, she heard more. A low scraping, and then something like a whisper. Not words, just the cadence, breath and syllables. She recorded it on her phone. The morning after, she played it back with headphones, increased the volume, listened again, slowed it down, and there it was, a voice, distorted but chillingly human. "Can you hear me now?" She began to notice things. The floor beneath her desk always felt warmer. The old floorboards near the closet seemed slightly warped. Once, she saw a single wet footprint on the wood, but it vanished before she could photograph it. Every night, 2:37 a.m. Every night, louder. The whispers became sentences. They said her name. They said, "I'm still here." One night, as she stood in the hallway staring at the wooden floor, she heard her own voice whisper back at her from beneath, "Help me, Nora." Sleep became impossible. Her eyes were bloodshot. She stopped going outside. Her phone filled with voice recordings, hours of static, and in between murmurs, sobs, screams cut short, and laughter, not hers. She found Emily's old journal hidden behind a wall panel. Torn pages, erratic handwriting. It's underneath us. It feeds on silence. It learns your thoughts, then speaks them back. If you answer, it enters. The final page had one word, written over and over: listen. That night, Nora didn't record anything. She just sat by the warped floorboards and listened. This time, the voice was clearer than ever. It said calmly, "You're almost ready." She ripped up the floor with a crowbar she stole from the janitor's closet. Underneath was not insulation or beams, but a narrow black tunnel, damp, breathing. At the bottom, bones, jewelry, a shattered phone, and a rotary-dial telephone that looked untouched by time. It rang. Once. She answered. "Emily," she whispered. No answer. Then a breath. Then, "No, but she's with me now." She blacked out. When she woke, the floor was intact. No hole, no crowbar, no phone, just her, alone. The police came. She was incoherent. They found nothing. No journal. No evidence. Just dozens of audio files filled with silence. They put her in a psychiatric facility. Said it was grief-induced psychosis. But every night at 2:37 a.m., a phone is slipped under her door. It rings once. Just once. And she answers. Some places don't haunt you, they wait. Wait until you're hollow. Until your voice is quiet enough to let theirs in. And when you finally listen, you never stop.